really get a sense of the president's reaction to Senator Manchin yesterday repeatedly refusing to get behind an endorsement for a reelection. And does the president, if he did get a reaction to that, feel like members of his own party are undermining him on that front?
I saw those interviews. I wouldn't say he was undermined. From what it looked like to me, Senator Manchin is very much focused. He went on the shows to focus on the Inflation Reduction Act. He was very.
Biden is renominated by your party. Will you support him, or could you vote for a Republican?
John, everybody's worried about the elections. That's the problem. It's a 2022 election, 2024 election.
But this is a simple question. Would you?
No, it's not. I'm not getting involved in that, John.
And so repeatedly asked whether he would support President Biden in a 2024 re-election, and he repeatedly refused to go there.
So here's what I'll say about this. And we from the podium, I really cannot dive into any election, but I've been really clear, and the president's been asked this question many times, and he intends to run in 2024. He plans to run in 2024. That is way off. Like we are a long ways away from 2024, and we're going to stay focused. And so we're not going to be distracted, and that's how we see things at this time.
You're a little tired of asking about answering questions about 2024.
Oh, I'm never tired.
And President Biden running, whether he will run. I was just, with former President Trump talking about submitting his paperwork potentially before the midterms. When will President Biden file his paperwork, and wouldn't that help kind of nip some of these questions in the bud?
The president has said that he intends to run. He's said that multiple times. So there's that. I'll put that out there. But again, we have some work to do in the next couple of days. And
I know that while we send our prayers and our love, we also, with each day, renew our commitment to the urgency of now and the ability that we have collectively, all of us in it together, to do something about it. May God bless you, and may God bless America. Thank you all. For years, our nation and many of us have discussed, have lamented, have talked about the threat of climate change. For years, we debated the potential impact that climate change could have on our communities, on our country, and our world. And today, we know the impact. If folks weren't clear about it before, just watch the evening news and see that the time for debate is long past. Climate change has become a climate crisis, and a threat has now become a reality. Floods have swept through Missouri and Kentucky, washing away entire neighborhoods.
Why aren't we doing a little bit more to allow more leases, more drilling, more pipe?
In fact, part of the agreement with Senator Manchin will be to reduce the timeframes for permitting, not just in fossil, but in clean energy as well. And honestly, unfortunately, the well-intended processes that have been put in place to allow any kind of access to federal lands or waters takes a huge amount of time. So we are in a climate crisis. So we want to accelerate the deployment of offshore wind, of solar on public lands. So reducing those timeframes, reducing the amount of time it takes to get energy is a good thing for America. Think about energy security. If we really want to be nationally secure, we should be energy secure. And that doesn't just mean oil and gas. That means increasing our ability to deploy clean energy. So we're not so reliant upon the volatility of fossil fuels. So that means the tax credit provisions in this deal will incentivize the deployment of all kinds of clean energy, wind and solar, yes, but also geothermal, nuclear. There's a whole array of zero carbon technologies.
What interest do we have in Afghanistan at this point with al-Qaeda gone? We went to Afghanistan for the express purpose of getting rid of al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, as well as getting Osama bin Laden. And we did.
Well, can we give it up for the first
second gentleman of the United States of America. I'm going to talk about my husband for a second. My husband. I love my husband. Who we are as Democrats and who Joe Biden is when he said, I know that a woman can be vice president, right? Is that with that came another history-making event, which is there is now not a second lady, but a second gentleman. And what that means, let's think about it, is as Joe Biden often says, the possibilities. We as Democrats have an ability to see what is possible, what can be, unburdened by what has been.
So the president tried to increase supply, all at the same time as accelerating our movement to clean energy, which is why, I mean, this whole circumstance is really a foot stomp on why we can't rely on the volatility of fossil fuels.